Hey, what's good everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is R5 and today I'm taking you behind the scenes on how I shot these images, but also how I edit them in Photoshop. Today's photo shoot is brought to you by Alexane. Alex is a model based in Montreal. She signed to an agency. For this photo shoot, I had a makeup artist and a stylist. The makeup artist's name is Sparks. She's also based in Montreal, and the hairstylist is Sandy. Please make sure to follow them. I put the link in the description. Today's shoot is more like an editorial. We had 3 different looks. As you can see, I rolled up the paper a little bit far so I can create some dimension and also some separation between her and the backdrop. For my lighting, I was using my flash and I was also shooting with a parabolic umbrella, the 7-foot umbrella for Westcott, to add a little bit of, softness on the body and the face. My goal was to get 3 different types of shots: full-length body shots, 3/4, and also some close-ups, so to give like a good range of different images. At one point, she wanted to go on the floor, so I had to lower the light just to give a different type of vibe, but also to make sure that the light was consistent throughout the whole shoot. For the second look, we went almost all white because Alex had a white tank top and a little dress, and she had some leggings and also some red shoes. We were still shooting on the same backdrop, but also on the same type of lighting. But what I decided to do this time, instead of having the model a little bit forward, I brought her closer to the white backdrop because I wanted something a little bit brighter overall. For the third look, I decided to go with something very different because her outfit was also different, was a little bit edgy, and I wanted not only to change the light but also change the background. And as you can see, Sandy redid her hair. We went full fro, and also the outfit, it was some layering with the bras and some black pants and also the earrings and the gloves. For my lighting, I decided to change my setup. I decided to change my modifier. I used a ball reflector, a grid, and some barn doors. I put the light on a C-stand right above me just so it can go directly as if I was shooting with a speed light, and the barn doors created a little bit of vignetting. Alright, so now let me take you to my editing process. So for this, what I did, first of all, I had to heal a little bit, so I had the way I was shooting. As you can see here on the side, we could see the backdrop, so I used the healing tool in Capture One, and also I added a little bit of exposure because the photo was a little bit too dark. I brought up the exposure just a little bit, and for my curve, there's always a little bit of haze on those pictures. I mean, some people don't see it, but I see it and I don't like it generally. So what I did, I just bring down my points here on the side. As you can see, I'm bringing down a little bit just to make sure that it's a little bit crisp. So that's my general process, and then I correct a little bit the white balance, and then I right click and go to export. It's either export or edit with. So for this, I did edit in Adobe, and I'm exporting as a PSD. The color profile is Profoto and resolution 300, and I make sure to shoot at 16 bit, and that's pretty much it. And usually what I do, it's edit variants. That's the final image, but I'm going to show you in Photoshop what I did. I kind of look at some of the imperfections and some of the stuff that fit in the fashion world. So what I did at first, I went with layer, but to be honest, I started with rebloom first, but I'm gonna start with the blemishes. This let me just it's not even blemishes, it's just imperfections on the backdrop. As you can see, it's just subtle things, you know, it's just few little things on the backdrop as well. On the floor is a little bit dirty, and on the shoes here, but since no one's gonna look at the photo like this, you know, it's really not a big deal. It's not a big deal unless you're trying one day to print a book. That's where you should be more careful and be very meticulous. This layer, that was rebloom. I'm going to show you on a different photo what I did with rebloom in here, because usually what I would have done, I would have removed all those little blemishes here. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. If you want to see my whole video on rebloom, please click the link up there. It removes all the blemishes, and it does a little bit of dodge and burn. All right, as you can see. And there's another layer that I did, which is, if you look at some of the fashion stuff, if you're in the fashion industry, there are some imperfections. I mean, it's not imperfections, but you know, that's how the industry is. I try not to do it too much, but what I did, I just corrected a little bit on the side here. It's really not a big deal, you know, because it's part of her outfit. But what I did, I just made sure that, you know, I removed those little things here on the side. I don't know how to call them, but you know, it was creating something on the side, so that's the only thing that I removed. And then I have a different layer. It's very subtle. So on the first layer, so let me just put it back. I'm at 53. I'm gonna put this as well. I'm at 24. So what I did, I used a curve layer, just curve layer, changed it to soft light, and then went to layer style and, you know, change my blend if layer down here. I'm gonna show it on a different photo. And then I reduced the opacity because I didn't want it to be like too hard. And I added also a different black and white layer and did the same thing, soft light, and change also the layer style and blend if, and group everything. As you're gonna see, it's very subtle. You know, for some people it doesn't mean anything, but for me it does. Because the reason why I do it, it just adds dimension. And then I have a dodge and burn. The reason why I added dodge and burn, as you can see, once again, it's a question of adding dimension. You're gonna see on the thighs here, when you click, you're gonna see on the thighs, and a little bit on a body to accentuate all her abs, and a little bit on the face to add a little bit more dimension. Last but not least, I add a noise. I have an action, and I think I'm gonna make a video on actions very soon. All right, that's it for today, guys. If you have questions, please let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this. All right, it's your boy Orphan and me, baby. I'm out. Cheers.